Hey there, and happy Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. We're actually set to celebrate Thanksgiving this evening, and I am so excited that my house is the cleanest it's been in all areas, probably since COVID started. We all clean this area or that area, but my house is clean and almost all the food's made, but yet I have time after this video to prep the rest of it. So I'm super excited to have family here and celebrate with them for a short time. So hopefully you guys are in that same boat, getting your houses clean or making food for the special occasion. Well, I am going to show you Deb King's card number 3 for her virtual party, and this is her final card. And here it is. So I'm bringing you a stamp set that's different than Eden's Garden, but products from Eden's Garden. And so just kind of using different things together, which I like to do, and just show the versatility of the different things too. So let me get my iPad set down here and my camera turned around. It's been so fun to demonstrate projects for Deb's party, and really appreciate her hosting so that I can do that, and then that allows me to show you guys more ideas and products too. So here it is. And this past weekend, after being together with my lady crafting friends, it was so encouraging. And I think sometimes the best thing is getting an encouragement card in the mail. So this says, "You are strong, brilliant, and beautiful." And that, like I said, isn't from the Eden's Garden collection, but that's found in the annual catalog as part of the Best Chapter stamp set. And that is on page 40 here. So you've seen me use some different things in here. This Best Chapter has a lot of nice sentiments in it for retirement, for housewarming, new babies, and weddings and different things too. Or just sometimes just that note card that you need to send to somebody to let them know that you're thinking about them. So I really like the stamp set for that reason. And then the pretty products that kind of back up that stamp set today are from like the Eden's Garden. I'm not using this, but if I show you this, then you'll go, oh yeah, because it's an out of publication suite of products right now, it will be in the January through June catalog, the dies and the stamp set, but things like these gems and the pretty paper are while supplies last. And knowing I was going to do this card last night, I checked, and the gems are still available and the paper is still available. Last time they kind of did one of these out of publication sneak peeks, like the paper and things sold out so fast, I hardly even got to do anything with it because it was just gone. Thanks, Kay. So yeah, it's a really pretty card. And not because of anything I've done, but just like the papers and everything are just so phenomenal, and the dies and everything. So that's where that's coming from. So let me get started on my card. I do have just one thing to die cut, so maybe I'll start with that. I always have to go, how did I do my card, and was that the best way to start it? Okay, so I'm just taking kind of a big chunk of Evening Evergreen here, and with that I am so I cut that like 4.5, I think, by 4.25 by 5.5, so kind of like a card front, because the Eden's dies here are just so large. So those are the dies that will be available upcoming, and look at the size of these dies. So pretty. Kind of reminds me of like Greek headwear, like the wreath that they would get in the Olympics or something, kind of that type of look, but definitely not looking like that. It just looks like a nice floral arrangement, or greenery, I should say, not even floral as much as greenery. And then you'll have this big chunk, which I'm going to save because you never know what we can cut out with that later. I might even cut more Christmas trees or something for the cards that I need to make upcoming. So with this, we just have a few things to poke out here, but most of it just comes right out. It just kind of wants to, because it's pretty detailed, it kind of wants to keep that little tongue in on some of these things here, but it really cuts out and falls out of the die beautifully, which we all like that in our dies. The smoother they come out, the more appealing they are to work with. So that's good. Just one little last poke there, and I think we're done. So for all of that detail, that wasn't a lot of poking to get that taken care of. Oops. Set that down. And then for my card, the colors that I'm using then today for my color scheme are Soft Succulent, Evening Evergreen, and then that Eden Paper, which has some nice gold embossing on there too. Hi there, Robin. Good to have you join me. You must be off work early today, I hope. Okay, so that's kind of the arrangement there. And then it's just kind of doing a little bit of stamping and just a little bit of assembly. Thanks, you too, Robin. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving with your tribe there. So let me start with this pretty paper. Like I said, I just love it. Some of the papers that I've shown cards for you with have had like the bigger patterns or the darker colored patterns. So this has more of a filled in pattern look. And then this, I definitely wanted to show off the gold embossing on there. Oops, let me advance that. There we go. And then this is ready to put on there like so. And then I didn't want to run this through with my adhesive sheets. It's, you know, kind of a big chunk, but yet there's enough solid images. It's not like it's, for being such a big detailed piece of a die, it's not that dainty where there's nice big chunks here where I can easily get a glue dot kind of on each side. And I feel like that's all it needs is kind of 4 glue dots, one along each side to get it to just stick down, and then I just press it and then that's on. So how easy is that to assemble for a card? I love it when that just happens. Hi, Deb. Oh, yeah, I love it when my hostess gets to come on live, and that's exactly what she's saying, too. Deb's a hard worker, and so not always do my live cards match up with her work schedule. So my hostess is on. Now I feel like put on the spot. Just kidding, I don't. I'm thrilled. Okay, so next I'm going to pull out my Evening Evergreen ink pad here. And the stamp set best chapter is photopolymer. So I'm going to get out my Stampin' Mat here and just pull out kind of like a 3-inch strip here of Soft Succulent. Just kind of cut down my 8.5 by 11 sheet. I'm just going to ink that up like so. You are strong, brilliant, and beautiful. And it's got some really nice fonts, kind of where it's really easy to read and kind of bold too. So that's always nice for that. And then my Everyday Label Punch just kind of works to punch that out. I wanted a saying that went up and down that would fit inside this kind of greenery wreath there. So I knew this punch would be good. And I tried to find a sentiment that kind of really filled that up, because this is pretty big, so I wanted something that was big and bold for font and the saying as well. And then that, to make it even stand out more, is going to get some dimensionals here, about 4 dimensionals on there. I kind of put them on the inside edges, not towards the top, so that when I put on my embellishments, it'll kind of give it some cushion there too. So that just goes in the middle like so, and it just all comes together so well. Like this could even be sent not only as an encouragement card, like a sympathy card for a friend and somebody that you just kind of know is struggling, and that's definitely a time that somebody would be struggling too. Hey there, Lori. And then for my embellishments, here they are. They're underneath my dies. These are those garden gems. And like I said, once the supply of these has run out, once they're gone, they're gone. So we have these little teardrops and the little rhinestones. And the comment that I get from everybody that actually has ordered them and sees them in person is like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how pretty these things are in person. So with that, I'm going to use my little marquee kind of shaped embellishments on that part of it. Kind of like that there's different options with it, and that just kind of fills in right down there and right up there to just kind of complete the look of that punch, like so. And then for the inside, depending on kind of what you would be sending this for those that are receiving Deb's card for ordering through her party, I'm just going to take a 4 by 5 1/4 insert and not adhere it down. I'm not going to put any adhesive, so that can be used, flipped over, and used for something else, or however you want to. But from that same Best Chapter stamp set, it says, here's my lighting maybe, it says "You've got this," and that goes along with this. Like I said, it's from the same stamp set, and so, but "You've got this" might not always go along with that sentiment. So this is just going to be put inside the card loose, where if you want to add something else besides that, you can just flip it over and put what you want, or and then tape it down when you're ready. That way, I like giving you guys that versatility to be able to use my cards that I send to you and use it for what is best for what you're needing it for. So for kind of a really pretty card, like I said, the dies and the paper really make this happen pretty quick. This card comes together pretty quickly, where if you wanted to use this layout for different things too, I'm always being asked, what's a quick layout or something? What would you use for this or that? So kind of keep this type of thing in mind for different occasional cards that you need to send out as well. But it's hard to compete with the pretty dies and the pretty paper there. But that is Deb's, Deb King's, my hostess, my virtual hostess, her card number 3 already. So just like that, this weekend has flown by, and I have all 3 of her cards done for her virtual party. So now I get the joy of crafting those and getting those out in the mail for everybody that's ordered, but you still have time because Deb wants to keep her party open till the end of the month. I have her host code here. I'll post today's card, and I have been posting the other 2 too with her host code, so that you have an idea of what that is. If you need to still order through her party, anybody that places a minimum $25 order gets the 3 cards that I make for it for free as a thank you from Deb and I for ordering. If you need help ordering, let me know too, and I can get that host code plugged in for you. I still have a few sets of November Stamp Camp cards too. If anybody wants to order and use that code too, that's still going, but I'd like to see Deb's party keep going fantastically. And so I smell my turkey in the background, so I'll let you guys go so I can keep making food for tonight's big feast and spread. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Up next will be December Stamp Camp cards, which I plan on starting December 1st. So I'm going to have a little break to catch up and get some things done around here, and hopefully you guys have a fun time celebrating Thanksgiving. Take care.